Welcome to Stormax Writers Cafe, where we share the real writer's life over a cup of friendship, sprinkled with laughter and wisdom. My name is LaShonda Hoffman, and I'm your host. This episode is sponsored by Virtual Tea with LaShonda Promotion Strategy Session. Today's podcast is a book brag. I've invited two authors to come in and brag about their books. Today's guests are best-selling authors Isha Johnson and Nisha. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, top of the day. Good evening.
All right, we're going to start with Isha. Please tell us about you and your book, and please read an excerpt from your lady.
Oh, okay. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Isha Johnson, best-selling author and speaker, and the book I'm going to discuss today is Fabulous New Life, Volume 1. And for me, I really got into writing because I just love to read. Reading was always my passion. I love to read so much. And I said, one day I'm going to create characters. I'm going to do some writing, and other people are going to read my words. And so I was presented with this opportunity to be in this fabulous anthology, and so I jumped on it. And that opened up a whole new world of authors and speakers and just a whole new world that I knew was out there, but I didn't think it was accessible to me. So after I started doing that, just one door opened and another door opened, just making connections, talking to people, just telling my story. My chapter in the book is called Built for Success, and it's all about trusting your own personal instincts. And I do believe that if we take the time to go back to the lessons that we learn, because life has taught us some lessons, but a lot of times we're moving too fast to actually embrace those lessons and to learn all that we can from them as to what works and what doesn't work. So we tend to go through things more than once, more than twice. And, you are, I guess, your best example. You know what you did. You know what you're prone to do. But sometimes we don't take time to fully say, wait a second, this is what works. This is what doesn't work, because we're just moving too fast. So just, have people take their time, trust your instincts, and to always be true to yourself and be honest. Be brutally honest. You might lie to the world, but definitely don't lie to yourself. I would tell anybody that don't lie to yourself. That's when you lie to yourself, you tend to, I guess, diminish your own level of responsibility, your own level of integrity, your own level of just a being. So I tell you to always be honest with yourself and to trust your instincts. And that takes practice. And I said you wanted me to read an excerpt from my book. Okay, let me start. Refuse to live in a state of confusion. You may not have known before, but now you do. Go forward without doubt or reservations. Totally and completely trust that you know. Let me clear up the following misconceptions. Personally, I don't believe in the benefit of the doubt. I was either right or completely right. When you're clear, there is no room for confusion or doubt. Your instincts are right. Trust them. And that's a little insert from Fabulous New Life, Volume 1, chapter Built for Success.
Thank you. That was good.
You're welcome.
You ready, Nisha?
Oh, I'm absolutely ready. Yes. So basically, my name is Nisha, and basically I started writing at a young age. Unfortunately, and I tell everyone this, growing up I had low self-esteem issues, and I did things that, didn't constitute things that I shouldn't have been doing. So I did end up in juvenile hall. I ended up stripping. I ended up homeless. I ended up doing a lot of things, just not having self-worth and self-love. So, when I actually got older, I decided I wanted to, start writing books just because it took me so long to write my first ones because of struggles, and I was homeless, and it took me 5 years to write that one. But, now I realized that the character that I wrote in that book, which is Miss Carmel, it's a character that has low self-esteem issues. And coincidentally, you know, I pride myself being the queen of esteem because I actually channel women that have low self-esteem issues to kind of believe in themselves and believe that they can do anything that they put their mind to. So just recently, you know, I wrote Confessions of a Call Center Vixen, which also is an urban fiction book that it depicts women that have low self-esteem as well. And then I also got the, you know, privilege to work with another author, Ilona Washington, in an anthology, and that's my first nonfiction book. And so, you know, I became a best-selling author, and now I really want to, you know, let women know out there that they are beautiful no matter what, you know. And I'm going to be reading an excerpt from Confessions of a Call Center Vixen, and that came out August 21st of this year. Dang, I'm bad as always, I thought, looking in my matte compact mirror. I had just got through applying more red lipstick to my thick, luscious lips. I don't even know why I bother to look in the mirror. I mean, it always tells me the same. The one thing I do know, though, is that the mirror loves me and the view only gets better and better every time I look in it. It's like there's no capping out on how pretty I am. How rude am I for not introducing myself, the one and only? My name is Naima Bradley, and I have a lot going on for myself. I'm mixed with black and white with real long, pretty, straight black hair that hangs to my waist. I have hazel eyes and really light skin, but I always wear contacts, so no one actually knows what color my eyes are. Years ago, I had gone to a plastic surgeon and had breast implants, so I am a fabulous size 38D. My breasts are beautiful and perky. I have butt implants as well, so my butt is round and super fat. My stomach is also super flat, compliment of my personal trainer that whipped me in shape twice a week. Not only am I beautiful physically, but my wardrobe is a force to be reckoned with. I don't wear anything that isn't name brand, and if the shoe is not a Red Bottom or Jimmy Choo, it doesn't touch my feet. Today I'm wearing an all-red Michael Kors pants jumpsuit with black red bottoms and matching bright red lipstick. Christian Louboutin is all I need in my life. I sighed and puckered my lips because I dreaded going to work. I knew it was going to be a long day at Bankers Tech, the call center where I work. And to make things worse here in Atlanta, it's hot and muggy, which means I'm definitely going to be putting my AC on full blast because walking into work sweaty was what I wasn't going to do. Call me a porcelain doll because I feel like I'm too perfect and too high on a pedestal to sweat.
Okay, sounds like somebody doesn't have self-esteem issues at all, do they?
Yeah, but there's a whole backstory. There's a whole backstory to how she got there, though. So my book kind of goes, like, that's the present, but then if you read, it goes to the past and stuff like that. So there's a whole thing.
All right, those were great excerpts, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll just jump right on into the promotion side of it. So what advice would you offer someone whose book is about to release? What would you offer to them?
I would say definitely, and I learned this, you have to start promoting your book like literally months before it's even going to release. So, for example, if your release date like is in November, let's say you should start promoting your book like in February, if not sooner than February, and make sure you have your cover done. You want to make sure nothing can go wrong or nothing can delay your release date.
And this is Isha Bean. I would tell you to talk to people. Definitely let them know it's coming. Try to get their email address. Definitely try to get your mailing list going and let people know it's coming. Talk to as many people as you can. And Misha's right when she says get the cover ready and just let everybody know it's coming. It's coming. Yep, this is what's going to happen. You know, this great thing is coming. Be ready. Be ready. You'll be the first to know about it and just let it know, you know, get people excited, get people talking about it, and get in front of as many people as you can.
Absolutely.
Those are good tips. I noticed that a lot of people wait till the book releases and then they start promoting. So I'm glad you both said to start promoting before it releases because a lot of people wait till they're just so excited that they don't tell any about. And I guess they think that people are not going to want to know about it, but, you know, you have so many books out there that you can choose from. So if you wait till the release date, you're going to be disappointed because they're not going to have a chance to check out what the book is about, you know. So that's
right.
Good. We both said that. What's your favorite tool for promoting?
Well, this is Nisha. So basically, I use a lot of like social media marketing. I find that to be, really useful, especially on Facebook. But now I've started, kind of venturing out because not everyone has social media. So I have business cards. Those are my best friends. So on my day off, I put them all on people's car windows, and I don't know if they throw it away or whatever happens. But I know I just hand my business cards out. Like, hey, I'm a local author. I'm starting to walk around and stuff a lot too.
This is Erica. Of social media, I'm definitely Facebook and Instagram more than anything else. Just letting people know it's there, posting little snippets of the book, letting them know about myself, and just let it be known out there that, this is what this book is about. This is, currently have 3. So, this, just putting it out there, letting people know where they can get the book at and check it out.
Those are great tips. Nisha, I'm glad you said something about business card. I read a post once where somebody said business cards are obsolete. Don't nobody use them anymore. And I'm like, really? Wow.
What?
I was like, really? But for me, I like business cards because you, when you come back from an event or something like that, you have that with you. Most times you throwing flyers and stuff like that away, but you will keep the business. For some reason, I always keep the business card. So I'm glad you said that. Yeah. What advice would you offer to an author whose book isn't selling? She's getting crickets.
This is Nisha. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you going to go, Erica? Was that you?
Yeah, I was, but you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. This is Erica, Ishimi. I would tell them to, what are you doing? Okay, usually your book sales are kind of equal to the actions that you're taking. So the more you're pushing it, the more you promote it, the more you get it in front of people, the more sales you'll make. Definitely always walk with copies of your book, because you never know how that interesting person that you'll meet on the street and they'll be like, oh, I got a copy right here. Here you go. And let people know about it. I know with my business cards, I have like my book covers on the back of them. So yeah, get my book. Here's my website, so that they know this is the cover. This is what this is about. Yeah, check it out. So I would keep my business cards, definitely offline marketing, but you got to let people know every day that, look, I'm here. Because, the life cycle of social media is so fast. So the more you're doing, the more books you'll sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I was just going to say also, just a state of mind. Also, don't let it get you down, because I went through that with my very first book. The sales wasn't where I wanted it to be. And so that caused me to kind of feel down, and I just kind of gave up, like, oh, I'm going to stop promoting because I'm doing all this promoting and I'm not selling anything. That just made me go harder with my second book. And, that made me, really, really start working and start, researching what are the different methods that I can use to promote. What events can I go out to? Who can I work with? I hired a literary mentor. I did everything that I could so that I could fix myself, and that way my sales went up too. So if a lot of times people will get discouraged, and that's the worst thing you can do if your book is not selling.
Yes, I meet a lot of people when they come to me. They're at that point of discouragement. They're sad. They don't want to write anymore, and it's hard to encourage somebody when they're at that state. So you have to keep the happy state of writing. I tell people all the time, you are your best seller, and if you're not telling anybody about your books, then how do we supposed to know?
Right.
So you have to be your best encourager, because your books rock, but they got to find out after they read it. So you got to keep telling yourself, this is great. This is a wonderful book. They just need to know.
Yeah.
Right.
And I will also say consistency.
Consistency.
Let me say the consistency you have with your social media, talking to people, the consistency you have with that does pay off. And I know when I'm on consistent grind mode, I do see the efforts. I do see the fruit of my efforts. So if I would say if somebody's not having any sales, there's probably a lack of consistency there somewhere.
That's so true, so true. What has been your biggest promotion challenge since you've become a writer?
Oh, that's a big one. I guess when I first started kind of knowing where to promote and how to promote, like we all know that, Facebook and social media and stuff like that, just learning like what groups to promote in, what groups is not okay to promote in, who to talk to and find out. A lot of people, they'll just kind of drop a link on your page and they never even talk to you. And, that's just etiquette that you have to like learn as an author. Like it's okay to promote, but, you have to be polite with promoting as well, if that makes sense.
True.
Yeah, I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves is people dropping a link on my page.
Yeah, and they've never even talked to you or said hi to you before. But they're just like,
because I promote people, but I'm like, people pay me to promote them. So how do you think you can drop them? Because when somebody comes in my page, they're going to be thinking I'm promoting this book. And no, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Right. You should know the rules. You should know the rules of the group that you're in, because some groups say, on Thursdays I don't mind if you drop a link, but if you do it on Wednesdays, that's a no-no. So know the rules. The rules of engagement.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Any group that you're in, because that becomes important. Also, the more people that you reach, the more people that are interested, the more they're like, oh yeah, okay, I know this person. I've had so many people, so many things happen through relationships. You're going to have those online relationships. You're going to build those offline relationships. But it is a who knows who, especially when putting it out there. I would definitely say go to untraditional places. Like if I'm doing an offline event and at a vendor or something like this, I try to be the only book vendor, okay, unless it's specifically for books. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be with the fashionistas and the jewelry people. I want to have my book there and be the only bookseller, as opposed to be, 10 of us there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you want to be strategic and ask those questions about, okay, if this event, how many people are going to be there selling books? Because that does, if you limit the number of people selling books, and you have a good table, that that fluctuation is there. So those are little things, questions that you ask, especially when, you're paying for a vending table or something like that.
Wow, that was actually one of my questions. So you went right into it. Thank you. I'm new to vending, so I don't know anything. I'm learning. So I like that what you said, where you are the only person there that's selling books, because I went to a hair thing, and there was a lady there she was the only book person there, and she did very well. I could see people were buying books from her. So, yes, I've been to events where everybody is booksellers, and we sold nothing. So, yes.
That's smart.
That's a good idea to go to something different, but that has your audience, but you're not competing with 20 other authors. So, yes, I love that. That's a great idea. I'm going to be putting that down for 2018. So.
And if you are going to do a vending where other authors are there, come fully loaded with other stuff. I mean, there was one vendor, his T-shirts were gorgeous and the price was affordable. I love the T-shirts, okay, but I didn't want the book because I wanted somebody else's book. So the better your table is, and just bright, I would tell you, sparkly things. The person with the sparkly pins did better than the person with the plain pins. You'd be surprised. Wow. Little things like that do matter.
That's so funny. The last event I went to, I had this big necklace on, and I guess it caught people attention because that's what they came. Nobody didn't want to buy books. They wanted to talk to me about the necklace. Like,
right.
Right, shiny things. I'm telling you, shiny things on your table. It's a little trick that I learned from another author, and I was like, go figure. And she was so right. And it was like her pens were shiny, and they had little stones on them. And I was like, ain't this?
It's something to grab their attention. I did learn that from other things, that you do have to have different streams of income when it comes to books, because if you, like me, only having one book to sell, what else? If you're going to be there for 3 days, they're going to buy the book the first day, then what else you got? So it's always great to have something, at least 2 items that you're selling, to bring people back to your table to get things. So that's a good advice. How do you get readers to review your books? That is a big question I get from a lot of people. How do I get them to review my books? What are you guys doing?
Well, I always just ask people. That's something that I kind of struggle with myself, because I get people to read my book, but then people always forget to actually go online and review it.
Yeah. I would definitely follow up. And, again, a free offer. Something like, if you do this and I know you did this, this is what you'll get. So, if you could tie something to it on top of, maybe this is my mailing list, if you give me a review or something like this, maybe that's when you want to, you get a T-shirt discount, a T-shirt, something that's not taking so much away from you, but definitely something extra just to get that person's, and to remind them. I would definitely say have your reminders, like, okay, you're going to remove my book. Well, what's your email address? What's your cell phone number? Let me text you and remind you and everything. That way, my next book come out, hey, you get a copy, or you get the discount day or something like that. But you got to remind people. So anything that can let you do a follow-up.
That's a good idea. I feel like giving you a virtual hug right now. I like to bring it in.
Okay. So how do you do the follow-up?
Well, that's when you ask the person, can you please review my book? And if you review my book, give me an email address. I'll send you a reminder and everything. I got other things on the horizon coming. You're 50% off. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you do this for me, my next thing coming out, or if you have a free offer for your other things. One of the things I found out with books is you need more than books to sell books. Okay? So you need more. So if you do have a program attached to your book, if you do have an excerpt from a new book coming out, or another one is the Kindle copy of your next book. You understand what I'm saying? So, okay, if I get the review, my next project coming out, you get the Kindle copy of. And, or or you
it's
put
like
into
a good bribe.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I got LaShonda's book.
You just got to get in there and say, hey, help me out, So that's good, though. I like those tips. Reviews are hard. I didn't realize how hard they were until I became a published author. And then I'm like,
yeah.
These people read your stuff, but they don't want to write a review. Writers do not write reviews either, so don't even think about it if you think it's a reader.
Yeah.
Writers don't either.
Right. It's just, I don't know why it's so hard. I think it's just that extra work. Or sometimes people tell me I just can't get my wording together. Like, I love your book, but I don't know what to say.
Yeah. I have to tell people that a review is not a 10-page document. And I think that's the hardest part is, you go look at the reviews, you're like, oh, I want to write something like that. I had a review, and I think he wrote probably 6 or 7 paragraphs. And that was a long review. And he didn't have to.
Yeah, that's a long review.
That was a thorough review, but it made me cry because he really got the book. And so I tell people sometimes all you got to do is say, this was fantastic, I enjoyed it, read it. That's a review. You don't have to go deep down into a book report. That's what it is. That's the word I was looking for. They think they have to write a book report, and you don't have to do that for a review if you don't want to. some people do too much for a review. They tell the whole book, and then you're like, well, nobody need to buy it. And then you didn't tell what happened, who got killed, and what, So you have to get in between, Tell why you like the book, what you loved about the book, and give it the stars and keep it moving. So I don't know why that's so hard, but I will say this: it's hard because I need to write 5 reviews, and I need to do them this weekend. So I can understand it. It takes time, and sometimes we get so busy that we read the book and we keep it moving.
Yeah, that's why you would have had that follow-up.
Yeah.
Yep.
The follow-up.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right, ladies. Well, we have come to almost the end.
Oh, no. Just when we were having fun.
How we can get in touch with you?
Yes, this is Nisha. So basically, you can my author page is Nisha the Author on Facebook. I also have an Instagram is Nisha_the_author. I also have Twitter at Nisha the Author, and my books are available on Amazon.com. So it's Confessions of a Call Center Vixen, Miss Carmel, and then the anthology is How Divorce Became My Deliverance, and that's all on Amazon.com. And then in addition to that, if you want to listen to me, I'm a radio show host as well, Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's called The Hour of Esteem, and it's on savedandsexyradio.us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, this is Ishameen Johnson. For me, you can get my books at Ishameen. That's ECHEMEEN. That's Ishameen.com. On Facebook, I'm E_CHE-MEEN, Ishameen Johnson. Twitter, Ishameen. Instagram, Ishameen. I would definitely say reach out to me at my website, and you can also get a copy of my free journal for signing up to my mailing list. So definitely reach out and let me know. I have 3 books, but the one that I talked about today was Fabulous New Life, Volume 1. My other book, A Letter to My Abuser, and Women on a Mission, Sisterhood Stories. So you'll see about my other books on my website, and definitely check me out.
Thank you, ladies, for being part of the Surma's Writers Cafe. I would like to thank our sponsor for this episode, Virtual Tea with LaShonda Promotion Strategy Sessions. Are you frustrated by your promotion? It's time for a promotion audit. Check the notes for the link to see when you can schedule your promotion audit and get back on track to being a social butterfly. I want to thank you, our listeners, for taking time to listen to the podcast. Please feel free to write a review and let me know what you think. And I will see you guys on the net. Have a great evening.
Have a great day, you guys.
Good night, everybody.